Hey. Welcome back. This is Caslin from Always Acting Up Podcast and blog. I am here to tell you how to find auditions near you. Now, this is another blog to video story from my blog, caslinrose.com. That is CASLIN rose.com. The blog series that I'm doing on your actor's lifestyle, how to become an actor, tips, tricks, things to help you look, feel, and perform better in front of the camera and in life. Now, I know it is 2022 and reading is hard and time consuming, I know. So that's why I'm here in the video. So let's go ahead and get this episode started, and I'm going to tell you how to find auditions near you. Oh, but before I get into that, let me know in the comments where you guys are from, because I just want to let you guys know that there are auditions everywhere. Quick backstory for you. I used to live in LA, and now I actually moved back into a smaller market. And when I left LA, I was so nervous and so scared that my acting career was going to be over. There weren't going to be any auditions. And turns out it has been the complete opposite story for me. There's been more opportunities, and I booked more here than I did in 13 years living in LA. So there's definitely a benefit of living in a smaller market. So let me know where you guys live, because I'm kind of curious. All right, let's get into the video here. Okay, so how do I find auditions near me? That was a question I definitely had when I first moved to Las Vegas. And luckily, I was fairly successful. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did and how I found them. So I have this written on my blog, and it looks just like this here. It's this one. 5 best tips on how to find local acting auditions near me. I want to just remind you guys, never pay to audition. Get it? Okay, great. Moving on. Let's go ahead into the first step of how I found some of my first auditions when I first moved to Las Vegas. Step 1 is I went on the Googles, yes, the Googles, and I found some of the local production companies near me. Think about it. Anytime you see a commercial for a dealership, restaurant, mattress commercial, whatever the case it may be, those are all local commercials, which means what? Likely a local production company made them, meaning there was a local camera up, a director, a whole production team. So what you can do is go on to Google, type in your city plus production company or film office or something along those lines. Once you get there, see if they have on their website a tab that says submit or contact, or sometimes they have like a talent database depending on the size of market. Smaller markets may try to keep costs low and not go to your local agencies. They may have a talent pool where you could get in and they will contact you directly. Like, that's not every case. That's just a, one-off here and there, but it is a possibility. So see if you can contact your local production companies. Maybe they have some insight for you, or more often than not, they're going to be able to direct you to who they work with and how they find talent for their projects. So that is step 1, contact your local production companies. Now, I'm not saying being annoying. I'm just saying see if you can get a little bit of information. Okay, moving on to step 2. Okay, so step 2 is see if you have a local talent agency. Talent agency, FYI, is different than a casting director. These are 2 completely different things. A talent agency is sort of like a database where the agency has a bunch of different talent. And then when a production company or a casting director comes with a project, they go to a talent agency to find talent to get those projects and those spots filled. So see if there is a local talent agency by you. Obviously, markets like LA and New York have more options, but there are plenty of local talent agencies. Maybe you live in a place like Chicago, or if you're 2 hours from Chicago, you may have to do a little bit of commuting. I do want to say You should never pay for a talent agency and representation. Here's why. When you book a job, they get paid likely anywhere from 10 to 20% off of that job. That's how they make their money, not from a sign-up fee. No, we're not doing that. They make their money when you book a job. So it's also really important to provide that talent agency with, proper headshots, resumes, reels, and to be professional, because they're relying on you to get these jobs to make them money. So see if there's a local talent agency. And of course, go on Google, see if local talent agencies don't pay anybody. Or one of the best places I think you can go if you're looking specifically for a SAG franchise talent agency is SAGAFTRA.com. They'll be able to help you out with that. Oh, look, speaking of, we have this fantastic video I did on Always Acting Up podcast, which can be found on all podcasting platforms. And of course, we have the video here on YouTube. But what I wanted to share is this episode is so great because I talk with the president of SAG-AFTRA New Mexico, Mark Comstock, where he answered every single question I had about moving to New Mexico and working in New Mexico, which is a smaller market. So if you have any questions and you're thinking about relocating, you want to get on Netflix, this is the episode for you, because I had a bajillion questions and Mark answered every single one of them. So thank you, Mark. All right, let's move on to step 3. Okay, step 3, this is one of my favorite places to find local auditions near you. If you have a university or a school or some type of academy for filmmakers, this is one of the best places to find auditions near you. These are students and they are learning. And if you're just beginning your career, this is a perfect place to learn with them. And likely when they grow, you grow. And the relationship that you're forming is going to last you until forever. So assuming you're being professional and great, when they move on eventually to bigger projects, you're going to be in their mind. So maybe at some point you'll just eliminate the whole idea of auditioning altogether because you will have already established a relationship with these students. So how to get in contact with them, I would head over to the Googles again and research their local art department, theater department, drama department, film department, something of that sort. See if you can contact the dean or, I don't know, somebody in those departments and ask about auditioning for some of those projects. They'll be able to help you because they need you. They need actors. They need people to fill those spots in the films that the students are doing. So that is a great place to find your film school or university. Moving on to step 4. Okay, step 4 on how to find auditions near me. This kind of sounds like a no-brainer, and likely you've probably already checked here, but I'm going to tell you that I think one of the best places to find auditions near you when you don't have a talent agent or a manager or somebody backing you is to go to social media. Find your local Facebook groups and start asking questions. So go on to Facebook, type in your city actors, your city auditions, your city local acting classes, auditions, all of those groups, because not only are you going to connect with people in your community, likely if you have any other additional questions regarding the industry or auditions, or maybe a networking event, which we're getting to in just a second, or maybe you ran into somebody and you don't know who they are or trust them, somebody in these groups is probably going to have an answer for you. So head over to these social media groups, Facebook. Also, I know this is really crazy, but I need to make sure that you guys are aware that if somebody is sliding into your DMs and asking you to be on CSI, it is likely BS and you need to block them, run away, ignore it. It's not happening because there are so many actors out there with agents, and these auditions are going to the agents. I think you're fantastic and I think you're wonderful, but the chances of these auditionings coming to you via social media are very, very slim. So I'm talking about going into these Facebook groups for local projects, commercials, things of that nature. All right. You guys are awesome. You guys are smart. Be safe. All right. Moving on to the next step is going to networking events. I'm a little shy too, so don't worry. There's plenty of events and things you can do online. One of the best places you can go is to your local film festival. Now, this is cool because you get to watch movies and projects that the filmmakers that you're trying to meet just made. So you know, and you will get an opportunity to see exactly what they do, their style, and you have an opportunity to talk to them and communicate with them and see if they're people you want to work with too. Luckily, I'm going to show you guys, I did an episode again. I'm not trying to plug my own stuff. It's just coincidental. I'm telling you. I did an episode on my podcast again with filmmaker Hassani Mustafa, and he talked all about networking events and how it is one of the best places for actors to go to meet filmmakers. Because like film schools and film students, these are all filmmakers who you don't know of yet, but they are already creating projects. They are already doing it. And same thing, when they grow, you grow. So that's another great episode. Also a chance to just talk to them and make genuine connections and see if you guys vibe, see if you guys get along, you know? But let's say there's no film festivals near you, or, you know, sometimes they're once in a blue moon. Head over to your local meetup group. Join an acting class. I can guarantee you'll find plenty of actors, and maybe your teacher has some connections. You know what I'm saying? Theater groups, galas. Is it galas or galas? Someone help me out with this. I've always been curious. Or the best thing here is if there aren't any groups, make your own. Same thing. If you don't have any auditions, make your own projects. You be the one creating these auditions. You got this. You can do this. Alrighty. All right, I think I covered everything here. We got film festivals, meetup groups, social media, a whole bunch of places for you to find local auditions. And I believe that wraps up everything. If I didn't catch anything or you're confused, please let me know in the comments below. I'll either make another video or I'll respond to those comments. I'm still learning here, guys. The journey is never over. We're always learning. We're always in classes. If you didn't catch that episode and that video, I'll go ahead and link it below on why I personally believe you should always be in acting classes. All right, guys, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and don't miss the next episode. So click that little button somewhere around here, and I will see you on the next one.